CLIMCOVER TUBE Alu2 is a new solution for the heat and condensation insulation of one-family houses. CLIMCOVER tube is a slip-on duct insulation made from mineral wool. Compressed in its packaging, it takes up little space and is handy to transport. With one pack you can insulate nearly 10 meters of 125mm duct. CLIMCOVER tube brings a totally new dimension to the insulation of ventilation ducts in one-family houses. The product design has focused on easy installation and time saving. The product range covers all of the duct sizes and insulation thicknesses typically found in one-family houses. Installing the product is easy. You only need CLIMCOVER tube duct insulation, the instructions on the packaging, a mineral wool knife, 75mm AL installation tape, 0.9mm stainless steel binding wire and side cutting pliers. Now we'll demonstrate how easy it is to insulate ducts using CLIMCOVER tube. On straight duct sections, the insulation is simply slipped onto the duct. The product also fits well around the duct supports. With ducts that carry chilled or cold air, all transverse seams should be taped tight using AL installation tape. Finally, the insulation is secured with binding wire at 300mm intervals. Then the insulated duct is ready to be installed. With the same product, it's also easy to insulate 45 and 90-degree angles and T-branches. No separate angle sections are required. Angles are cut with the assistance of lines provided on the packaging. Insulation work is performed easily and quickly on a worktop. When cutting a 45-degree angle, the product is placed on the help lines found on the packaging, pressed slightly, and cut into two parts with a mineral wool knife. The obliquely cut pieces are slipped into position. Then the seams are taped and the insulation firmly secured with binding wire. When insulating a 90-degree angle, a separate angle piece is first cut from the product following both of the packaging help lines. Then the corner piece is slipped into position and the remaining pieces of insulation are joined to it. Finally, the seams are taped and the insulation is firmly secured with binding wire. Insulating a T-branch is just as easy as insulating the angle sections. For a T-branch, a circle the size of the projecting branch section is first drawn on the insulation and then cut and removed. The product is cut into two pieces at the center of the hole. The pieces are slipped into position and then the insulation of the main section is complete. For the projecting branch section, a piece measuring around 5 centimeters is cut obliquely and removed. And then the insulation is slipped into position. The seams are taped and the insulation firmly secured with binding wire. CLIMCOVER tube is the choice of professionals. Ready insulated duct sections are light to handle and performing installation before the sections are installed saves time and trouble. After installation, only the finishing of the insulation seams remains to be done. The end result is neat and tidy, and the ducts receive an energy-efficient and fire-safe thermal insulation layer at the same time. When a duct is installed above roof insulation, we recommend the use of thicker insulation. If, however, the ducts can be installed within blown wool insulation, for example, then a thinner insulation is sufficient. When a duct is run from an attic space into room areas through moisture barrier plastic, the duct should also be insulated at the point where it passes through. This succeeds best with the CLIMCOVER Vario feed-through seal, which has been specifically developed for the purpose and is available for all duct sizes. Top-class thermal insulation guaranteed. CLIMCOVER.